several years ago, there was no one in such a place when we were starting building in the ecosystem. So I'm originally from St. Petersburg, and as you know, the core team behind Telegram, behind Ton, they are also from St. Petersburg. So, and there is a teeny house of our, like Peter the First Tsar in St. Petersburg on the some kind of a park, and it was the first like a building in the park. So it's like some things as we feel ourselves when we started building in the Ton ecosystem. So our speech today would be about this kind of a process of the ecosystem evolving, how it all started, and where are we now, and what would come further. So yeah, so who knows who is Morgenstern? Raise your hands, please. Oh, only two guys. Oh, you don't know Morgenstern, I know. You know. Okay, so it all started with Morgenstern. If you didn't know, Ton, as like a high-paying ecosystem and the cryptocurrency, started with this kind of a KOL announcement by Morgenstern, who is the well-known Russian rapper. He was like announcing that he is investing in Toncoin. So it was the start. And at that time, as the Fanzee Labs, we were not like settled up yet, but we were like, thinking whether it's not a scam, like a Morgenstern, this rapper, and like investing in like a Toncoin. So maybe it's a scam or not. So, and then after this investment, in some period of time, some things happened, which mean a lot for us, for me as the builder, which is delivering different products in the ecosystem right now. So a really credible and mighty guy joined the Ton ecosystem. So the guys from VK in general, which are now, the core team behind Ton in general, they've stated that Ton would be a real thing. And that was like a trigger for us, for me especially, to get into the ecosystem. So we started building some things that potentially could be big. So we started with some kind of a first ever application on Ton about the sports. So it was like about sports fans. There was a narrative of Chili's, there was a narrative of SoRare, and we started building this kind of a platform on Ton. And it has no such success because you understand further why not. So we were the first IDO. We've made the first token together with the Ton Starter, with the guys from Top. So yeah, we were the first in multiple things. We were the first token to being listed on Sexes. Here is my T-shirt here. It's pretty memed. Our token is heavily dumped right now. So like there was many different things delivered first, and but there was a core problem at the time. There was a teeny swamp in the ecosystem, so there was literally nothing there. So Toncoin was a stable coin, and it was not like going up or down. It was just like in kind of a stable direction around 1.0 or somewhere there. Like the liquidity was really cool. It was really also near the zero. There were no users, so it was really interesting. So compared to the cycle that we see right now, there was no users at all. So we were trying to find a way how to survive. It was like 2.5 years ago. And yeah, we had no narratives except that Ton is the blockchain somehow connected to Telegram. That was the only narrative. But at that time, nobody was really amazed by this kind of a thing, because there was a lot of other things, Solana, Ethereum, all other things that were popular, and also so like if there is no narratives, only Telegram, so there would be no growth, no users, and etc. So then comes a breakthrough. You all know, so this guy was here as a speaker. He was after replying to your questions. So there was probably nothing. And you know all what it means. So Notcoin, I don't know whether you're familiar that Notcoin was initially started within the VK. It was a VK coin, just in the social network, not crypto based. It was the same narrative, it was the same product, but launched in the social network. So the guys from Notcoin, from Tonstarter, they just made it on chain and made it like very viral, very mimetic. So it all started with the Notcoin. Yeah, for sure, like for us, building in the ecosystem for a while, we were trying to find a way to, to survive, to make some kind of a pivot. And for us, the platform was for the sports, and there was waging in the our platform. So we've scrolled the market and tried to know what are the new narratives that are appealing on the market right now. So we've found Polymarket started rising. Polymarket is the biggest prediction market right now in the world. So we tried to adapt the Polymarket model to more gamified way, to make a Polymarket style more fun and engaging, and we've launched battles. So together with Notcoin, with all this initial growth, with those interest to the ecosystem, we've got a great traction. I think all the people, all the builders that were trying to build something at the time, and somehow they were connected to Notcoin, they got a lot of users, and so everything really changed at that time. After the Notcoin, we really thought that it's happening. So the ecosystem is alive. So we have narrative. We have, at least it's it's a gaming, it's a meme, it's a tapping, but it's narrative. And with that narrative, we've saw a great amount of users, builders, getting into the space to start their own mini apps, because it was a really easy to onboard the top of the funnel for the users. So the tapping is pretty simple thing to onboard top of the funnel. And right, I don't know what's the amount of the applications that are right now located in the App Center. I think it's maybe even tens of thousands. But at the time when we started, there was really unknown. So right now, it's other thing. And for sure, thanks to the guys from the Ton Foundation, from all the guys that were involved in building something to attract liquidity, to attract users, to make it interesting and incentivizing for the community, crypto communities to get into the ecosystem. So OpenLeash also changed a lot, and there was a lot of TVL inflows. There was a lot of user inflows because you were motivated, you were incentivized to get into the ecosystem. So we've also was driven by this. We've taken part in all the OpenLeash seasons. We even get some incentives as well from the Ton Foundation. So it was really cool and exciting thing to start this OpenLeash. I think no one on the blockchain space have ever started something like this. So I think it's a great thing to be delivered on the initial stage of growth. And for sure, after that, after this kind of mini apps boom, after the OpenLeash started, there was a heavy investment from one of the most reputable VC from Pantera. They've announced that they've made their biggest bet into the ecosystem. So it was like something around 200 million. So they bet on the Ton coin, stating that the ecosystem really is credible enough and capable to get like enterprise grade capital. And also in April, during the token 2049, Andrew and Pavel announced on the stage about the core, the USDT coming to the Ton, and it was also very cool. And now, if you see the curve about the growth of the TVL and about the amount of stable coins emitted, Ton is pretty much ahead of other ecosystems. So yeah, and from that point, when we've gathered all these narratives, all these points, Ton was valued at $8. We had like 800 million TVL. So it's like a pretty success, yet. Yeah, and that's a good for ecosystem in such a teeny period of time to get this traction. Yeah, and that's my own. Sorry, girls, if I make some kind of this wording, but like I think Ton became the hottest chick in the room, and every VC, every builder were trying to get into Ton because so there is the VCs and capital. It's narrative based. So Telegram and Ton became the biggest narrative in the ecosystem. And yeah, so I've called it the hottest chick in the room. But in any kind of growth and every kind of a success in the ecosystem, there are some kind of bad things. So the bad things right now and the things that we see right now is the tapping hangover. And we all, and the most of the builders on the market, they see that Telegram and Ton is mostly to launch their tapping applications, which is in the core a wrong thing to do, because like if something became really popular, at some point it goes down. So yeah, so now we have a copycat boom, a lot of same model tokens, same tapping applications, and that's the reality. That's the world we live in right now. Yeah, so like grandmas bot farms that are trying to get a piece of another hamster, Bloom, or other things that are trying to make an airdrop with bringing like a lot of phones and PCs to bring bots into the ecosystem. And for sure, like working in the cryptocurrency means for most of the people tapping into the screen with trying to get some piece of the airdrop. I think a lot of people which are not Russian speaking don't understand this meme, but this kind of a guy, he's just telling on the TV show when he was asked where he is working, and he just answered like, I'm working in cryptocurrency. So meaning working in cryptocurrency means like tapping on the screen. Yeah, so everybody was trying to get their own million. But for on our opinion, it would change for sure. So we are headed to the next stage. And the next stage, yeah, let's call it bright future for the ecosystem, because we are delivering a lot in the ecosystem and we believe in the ecosystem, and we think there are a lot of talented engineers, talented marketing guys, talented BD guys that are headed into the Telegram. So yeah, so the freebies would be in some way diminished. So yeah, because there would be no free money. So they would be really value. So only valuable actions, only real value would be the thing to bring some great stuff into the ecosystem and into the mini app space. So I mean, more quality users, more quality approach in the advertisement and marketing, more quality attribution of users would came up, because it's very important to eliminate fraud, bots, and all these, things that are trying to get liquidity and the airdrops. And for sure, I think it's happening right now, but it will be coming on the other scale. Big Web3, Web2 companies, big Web2 teams, big Web2 brands, they would get into the Telegram ecosystem, because for sure the users are there, and we need to use it more precisely, more meaningfully. And for this Fanzee Labs, so that's a great narrative to be in front of. So we are building the prediction market, the first ever built on Telegram. We are building the things related to spiritual, mindfulness, so the real problems that could be solved for the regular users. And we are making some kind of a different aggregators, hubs for this kind of applications, which would be interconnected with some triggered stuff. So right now you could like a breath with our app already. For sure, it's not the most popular applications right now, but in some period of time, I'm sure this type of applications would be more valuable for the users. Yeah, and and more to come from our team, from all other builders in the ecosystem. And so, what are the conclusions from my speech? I think every one of you could have your own conclusions about the space, about the my story, and the whole ecosystem that we are building together. Thank you.